Hello, this is a Masters 3 Winston VOD review, and the post on this one said they just weren't finding value. They knew they were taking a bunch of poke and maybe not always being in sync with their team, but they just wanted tips. So we'll go through. This is more of a second set of eyes because highest I've ever gotten is Masters 3 too, but maybe I'll see something you don't.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And their tank's Reinhardt, so he can basically push us off this, but that's fine. And it's fine if you want to keep holding here, because Rein's not very good for attacking here, as long as we don't let him swing on us. And they've taken a while to heal you. But an option here, if you say like, okay, Rein took this, what can I do? Usually the answer on attack and defense for this map for me has always been this area, because you can set up a stage on attack, and on defense you can set up a more sneaky jump onto top, or even keep going and jump here. If there's an opening, it's fine to just sit here if there's not an opening, but here is a little more dynamic, and you won't eat this nade to the face trying to get information. So we still send it. Luckily, I don't think Rein noticed, so we got away with it. Haha. And this is good zapping. And we got the information the first time he shot us, so we did kind of just dwell out there, but that's fine. And the setup sort of lets you their crosshairs might not be on you, they might be on main. And then you can basically look at them for free. So that's the second benefit of sort of staging. But you saw Rein drop and go down, and you retook top, so this is all good. And tons of your team could see Rein. It's fine if you want to just do a dry jump, so no bubble. Just pop up here, punch him, he's discorded. You might actually force him out if you have help from your Zen. So it's actually sort of, you could have got him there. But we're just running from this. And that cast is speeding, so we can just kill this guy and get out. Well, our Zen ulted, and we should just totally be trying to get out, but yeah, that wasn't terrible. Your Zen kind of baited you, but the play I still think is just get that cast to go and then leave and then retake. So that's gonna just make things so much harder. Our team did pretty good holding the line. I'm gonna just assume that was a missed jump and you meant to go top. So we'll just go to the next fight. And this is alright. Yeah, your team just got picked again while you were coming back, but and that's a little too direct. I mean, you can try and throw in a left or a right angle when you or direction key when you go after her, because that was kind of a because Anas are sleep demons now. Oh, that was a good nade too. Yeah, and the more like high and floaty the jump is, the easier it'll be, as opposed to if you hold left or if you just do it as low as possible and try and cross her up and land here, like send it lower. All things to try and avoid the sleep, but because the thing is, if you get slept, you can't even like touch payload. Once more into the breach. So yeah, there have been a bunch of sort of maybe careless mistakes so far, but... Oh, and we see Ryan, so... Yeah, and this is a great place to jump, because even if Ryan peels, which they usually do, he can't charge you, so this is great. That Ana, like, the Anas will start stepping into their sleep, which is a phrase I heard, because I don't know how to frickin' play Ana, but I know she wrecks me, so I focus a lot on her. And if Anas are confident, they'll walk in your bubble, so you kind of have to be ready to sort of strafe back and stuff like that. Because they'll start hunting you by stepping through your bubble to sleep, but... So yeah, we got a ult. And we heard charge. This is sort of, she's getting help. It's annoying, but we kind of just... The more help people get, and the more closed the area is, the more ready we have to be to just sort of cut our losses. Like here at this point, we heard the charge before, we saw the Suzu. Everyone's just peeling for this, and... So we kind of just have to... I'd give it up here. Because she's getting Kiri healed. I guess we tried to jump to get like the landing damage and stack. Brute force our way through the healing, but your team's trying to help and make this a 3v3 or 4v4. Your supports came up, your Genji came up, but it was just sort of... As soon as you jumped here, you were limiting your team's follow-up, so it's just you in closed spaces, because the first fight was here. You got that good limb, and then Zen ulted, and you just... Sometimes you get trapped in these closed spaces, and there's no way to get out easily against people who are hyper-aware and peel and stuff like that. Because if you just bash him around, force cooldowns, and then you sort of back out, and retake here, it's kind of like, now what? But that's so hard to do in the moment, but you would be taking so much space and disruption and forcing him in these doors if you had done that. And we know Hanzo's there, but it's sort of... Well, I was going to say we saw your Genji, but we're going to get solo ulted. Oh, I hate this. It's so sneaky. I'm not even going to say this is wrong, because it feels like your whole team could see you and help him, and help you, but yeah, he hit a wicked shatter. Good job getting out, getting the health pack. Yeah, and that's about as good as you could do from getting ulted like that, but... I guess we can say, oh, we could attract his shatter, but you were in a good spot. And now we gotta, yeah, basically there wasn't enough time to, sometimes with these doors it helps if Winston can come here, or here, and then jump from here and you get in unseen. Because that way you get out of all this spam, but you didn't have time for it because you died last fight, so this has kind of just been unlucky. Because no one had looked at this code for 10 days. Maybe they saw the same thing and didn't want to say anything. But this is good. Tons of our team can see Ryan, so we can actually trade with him. And it's up to you if you want to dive him and bubble him to block the healing, or if you want to go for Ana, but... Nice. Ryan used charge, so if we see a dive opportunity, we can go for it in a few seconds. Okay. Now Ryan's going to push us out. That's when we have to rethink. This is a good time because I know you said, oh, I need to be more in sync with my team, but things like this are when I usually what prompt me to look back. Like, oh, Ryan's coming, who can see me, who can see them? And so that's sort of what my prompt would be to look back. And I'd probably just end up going back here, but it's really good here to know who can see this lane, and the answer is, what is it, Zenyatta and Lifeweaver can see you here, so it's not It's not terrible for now, but and we sort of know where they are. At this point, they're all under you, or they're under you here, or they're under you here. So we can do a walk-off bubble once they start coming up, which is pretty much now, because we have Sonic again. So yeah, we know we can just walk off bubble. If Ryan runs at us, then we can jump out and just totally be willing to just not get it on a limb. Well, I thought you were doing fine, but yeah, he pulls you. Fighting in the tree, that's not terrible. I think you should have just held that bubble. Like, Anna's the target if she's getting pinged, and you just gotta try and limit how much you go for this Rhine here. Which it turned into a brawl, but yeah, that ping, especially if I see a ping, it's like, okay, team, I'll follow up on that, but...
No one can stop me.
Okay, I think we were trying to get Diana. Is she still there? Yeah, she's still there, right? Okay. So I think there was just a target priority thing here, because Kiri probably has teleport, so this is gonna take a while. Big peel again. So yeah, this is fine. Sometimes when this happens, these people are really open. Like, okay, we got a huge reaction. Now you just use your mobility and go back to the front line. And that's sort of a play that shows up a bunch, where you end up sort of splitting them. And if the better targets are on the front line, then you just go front line. And you and your Genji wreck these guys. So... Ooh. And yeah, he got Shatterback kind of fast. Well, he got it about the same as us, but yeah. It's sort of just, I think that was the play, the go back to the front line after getting a huge reaction. Because that's who your team can see. So if there are ever people that your team can see, they're sort of the priority. And he was one, so can't turn that down. And yeah, Hanzo just does a bajillion damage, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, and we don't have ult, so we see they're all sort of lumped up here. Ryan is charging to clear this area, so I would just limit your chip, you know it's here, and once Ryan actually commits, then, and these guys sort of cross here, that's your go signal, so don't get too impatient. We know their team's peel heavy, they love peeling, but, so just be patient here, wait for him to come up. We don't need to really go yet, because if we do, there'll be a Rhine charge, so... Yeah, this cast is just being creative with its angle. It's like, there always seems to be someone shooting you, but you can... Because Rhine's gone now, right? So the way this changed is you can now go here. And it's sort of... Because here was bad before, but now it's good, so it's just... updating your positioning. As you see, Rhine did have to go main to touch payload, so now we'll start working this. Oh, we hit our head, and we're anti'd, but yeah. And this is good disruption. Wait for our bubble. It's okay to sort of be greedy and just hide. Like, sorry team, I took a bunch of damage. I'm just gonna be gone for the next 4 seconds. Deal with it, but. Because yeah, if we got our bubble back, then we can at least get here and bubble and do something. But okay, but now we'll go to the attack. That's not terrible. No time, but. And there were just some getting solo ulted or unlucky moments the first round, but Or you missed that jump on first and Ryan killed you, but we'll go through. Are they still on Ryan? Oh no, they're on Sigma. Okay, and they're in a death ball, so the answer to this is probably just to do a setup jump. So like I said here, or even if they're all on here, there's no Ana here, right? So we can even do the sort of shark thing where we jump here and then we're like, dun it, and then we can do these sort of fancy jumps and get in with full HP, because if you jump from here, you're dead, and it took me a long time to realize that on this map, so I had to VOD review myself, but we can just take the card push until corner, but then this is sort of fine too, because as soon as we send a right click, they'll start spamming you out, so maybe don't even right click. Stealth is sort of the goal here, but this is fine, and then now they scouted you out. That's unlucky. And this is alright, you just gotta be ready to drop as soon as the bubble breaks, because there's 4 people shooting into you, so. Yeah, okay, well, good job, Lifeweaver. But yeah, I was gonna say, you lasted 2 seconds longer than I thought, but. Oh Lord, save me. And this is fine again, we're just doing the default. Better drop. And now, when this stuff happens, you can sort of, between your timings on bubble, that's when you sort of get more information. And if you see this, you might want to go for it, but. We're zapping Sigma, yeah, so we don't, something better could be out here, and, to be fair, I wouldn't jump straight in here. It's probably better to just dive the Sigma and bubble him off, the way they all peeled for your Genji, but we need to at least see what's going on, so. Okay, Cass is low ground, so I mean, alarm bell should be ringing. Okay, the Sigma's alone, and we got teammates up there. So, dive Sigma. Yeah, I'm liking this. Your Hanzo just sort of fell by accident, but this is great. Nice. Good PL. And if we're not gonna deal with that, we should at least like maybe take up here. They're not actually here, so it doesn't matter, but okay, good jump to get out of the open. Take less poke, get closer. Yeah, and that was sort of a greedy bubble. Like as soon as we pushed them off, they recognized pretty fast they couldn't win there, and then they left, and that's sort of, you just have to be happy with the space. Hopefully nothing good happens in the next 10 seconds from your Hanzo or anything that we need to follow up on with a bubble. Yeah, and that's, I feel like we were too eager to make a play that wasn't gonna work because we had ult, but it's honestly not even like the pressure's super important. It's not like the payload's here and we're just gonna pour all our resources in now to stop them. It's just using it to use it, but. And the difference is our Genji was already in, so this is gonna work better for that reason, but. More enclosed space primals, but yeah, we just gotta know where our team can see and go back to our Weavers, so yeah. Oh, and that's a good sneaky jump to come in from here. You took basically no chip getting in and getting the landing damage, but they're gonna ult you. So that's... Yeah, it's just as soon as you were in the air, you hit that button, but...
Damn it. Progress is still progress.
So we know Bap's up top, so... And we got the peel, yeah, like, okay, we just, I think we're usually just a second too late to realize if something's unwinnable, especially during that earlier primal and here. Okay, he's getting blasted by an ult, he's living this, let's leave, and hopefully they don't pick you on the way out, but I just think it was pretty clear a second ago you weren't getting that a limb. Oh, okay, we lived. We just got pulled to an awkward spot. Oh yeah, that's sort of... I'm not gonna blame you for that. When I get Lifeweaver pulled, I'm like, where do I go next? But the earlier error of staying in a second too early, that was the real error. But I think
Quitting is not in my vocabulary.
staging. Yep.
That's bad.
Hanzo gets that pick. He gets it so fast that that's not really on you, but. Oh, surprise Cassidy.
Much appreciated. Solid goal.
And Sigma's mirroring you. This is honestly fine because it's pulling their attention away, so. Okay, and yeah, we split their attention and now we see a better target. I'd be completely okay with just everyone run at Hanzo at this point. That's a good plan. Okay, good job not using your bubble too. Check where your team is. That's another indicator to see where your team is. Like, okay, we got an limb. I'm ready to go in, but is the team ready? And the answer is not quite, but... Okay, yeah, and we get a tree, and this is probably still gonna work, but I think you could have just tried to completely surround them as Winston first before you go in. Instead of saying, we're up one, I'll fling myself in, but it's probably a second too early or 2 seconds too early because the Genjian was coming up, but... Okay, well, we're gonna ult them to death. Okay, that's good. I think the Cass was also a good target, but... Oh yeah, our team's really spending ults, but we're gonna get second, so that's fine. Yeah, and they're just spamming you out again, so sometimes if this happens, low ground is actually... Because you think high ground's the awesome staging area, because I'm like a gargoyle looking down on everyone. But against hit scans, cracked hit scans, and Hanzo, sometimes the low ground's better. Just be a shark, because that makes it harder for them to usually see you. So I think staging low ground is fine too, just so you don't get shot in the face so much. If they were on a different team comp, this would be the move, but... And we can trade with Sigma. Yeah, this is pretty good. Push him off. And this is when I was gonna say, like, okay, you caused the disruption. I think you just need to have a designated, I guess, bailout point. Usually when I primal a few seconds in, I'll specifically look at my health if I'm not beating someone into a wall and getting in a limb. And I think a second ago we hit that get out point where we caused our disruption, they ulted, lamped and all that, and we don't want to die, so we're gonna probably, because it's just a second too late, and we usually die a second before getting out, but the other thing on that is if you can actually get behind them. We never actually got behind them. It looked like we were on the Sigma, and I don't think we set the jump enough or we hit our head on something, but then they backed up and then we sort of were in their view. We never actually got to bash them into our team or get behind them, so just a small positioning thing I think would have made the primal better. But we still probably would have had to get out in the end and reset, but we die, so. Okay. And we got close to BAP. Oh, yeah. That might have just been a headset thing. You have to hear the rock and say, that's for me, right? But especially Rhine charges, too, because they were on Rhine earlier. Rhine's the other big offender. Like, I'll go in, and then if I hear a charge, that's probably for me, and I gotta react, but... That Hanzo's trolling. Okay, we did it again. So we got a pick, and then we went in too soon. Even with a pick, unless I'll just make up a hypothetical scenario. Say they were actually all on cart. Then you go, okay, we got an advantage. I'm not gonna let you back out. I'm gonna fling myself here while you guys are on cart, and then we'll trap you. But if you get a pick and they're all in open spots, it's still a bad idea to jump in from the front against so many well-spaced people, if that makes sense. So if you get a pick in that scenario, it's like, okay, I know I need to be in the next 10 seconds, but I can still do a stage, I can still get closer, I don't have to, as a reflex, jump in, because these guys are actually pretty well-spaced. And our Zen ulted, but yeah. Because again, we never got the chance to actually get on their flank or get behind them, or really... We ended up in front of them again, and we actually didn't take as much damage as I thought, but we never threatened to kill either, so... We're just trying to stall this. Yeah, and that was cooked. Your chance was earlier to set up when you got that pick, and 20 plus seconds were still on the timer, but last fight you just had to sit there and get windowed. But that's why I think you missed your chance to get around the side and push the 5v4 harder, and actually get on their flank there. So there were a few things with staging or staying in too deep with the primals especially. Depending on where they are, even if your team gets a pick, don't fling it up the middle. There were just things like that. Sometimes we didn't get to their backs or on top of them when we could have, and we took too much damage. And especially true on the first point when we were on attack, we just sort of let our bubble drop and Lifeweaver bailed us out, but we took so much damage. So I think you need to know your bailout points better, a little more staging, and you'll improve a little at least. I'm not saying I can just beat up this lobby, but no one answered your post, so I hope this helps.